Turn the camera back on. You're going away in the wind. You know, sometimes they say it can get windy out here. Don't know what they mean. Hey kids, we are out at Abraham Lake. The wind, as usual for Abraham, is blowing pretty good. So if the audio doesn't work, I'm gonna rely on voiceover Corey to walk you through. Abraham Lake is famous for these things. These things right here. Frozen methane bubbles in the ice. Found a good spot. It's actually a great time to be out here today because of the wind. Believe it or not, the wind is actually a great thing to have happen today because it's blown all the snow off the lake. I was a little worried coming out that due to some warmer temperatures and then colder temperatures that the freeze, melt would create some milky ice. It's not too bad. The bubbles aren't as predominant as most years, but we're gonna find some today. We got a great chunk of bubbles right here. The wind is blowing my hood up. We're still about an hour away from sunset. What I'm hoping is that those mountains back there will get some glow. There's not a lot of clouds, but there is some clouds, so maybe some pinkness will happen. Until then, I'm gonna get the camera out, do some handheld stuff just on the bubbles themselves. There's some great textures here that I wanna use. Abraham Lake is got coloring just like Lake Louise and Moraine Lake, those tealy, aqua blue, greeny colors. And because the sun is this way, if I shoot this way, that's gonna highlight those colors. If I shoot this way, the colors are just gonna get washed out and they'll be dark because that's the way the sun is. But this way, the sun picks up those colors and makes them pop. So let's get the camera out and show you what we're doing. What I am gonna do to make my shutter speed fast is I'm gonna go f2.8. So that gives me a 2/50th of a second. I'm gonna come straight down on top of it. I'm gonna come over here because my shadow is right in the bubbles. So if I come over on this side, then those bubbles light up really nicely. I can stand directly above them and shoot straight down on top of them, like that. And I forgot to put a memory card in. So let's find out what I did with a memory card. It's in my camera bag. I'll be right back. Kind of important, so let's put it in. I am an idiot. Turn the camera back on. You're going away in the wind. Like I said, it gets a little windy out here. We're back. Crisis averted. So let's do this again. So I'm gonna stand on the side. Memory card is in. We're going f2.8. ISO is 100. I'm going straight down on top of the bubbles, so it looks like the bubbles are... Why do you guys keep wanting to move? Stay there. So we're going straight down on top of the bubbles. So it looks like the bubbles are coming right up to the screen and pop the shot. It's all about what you guys like. One thing that's really important and vital, picks. You gotta have some ice cleats out here because It is polished and smooth. You saw the camera move, so make sure you got some ice cleats on. Mine are just a cheap pair from Costco, but they're keeping me up. Some people behind me are falling over like crazy, so ice cleats. So after a little bit of a struggle to find a composition that worked, I think I've got one. It's going to be a vertical composition. We're going to use these bubbles as the foreground. Let me show you in the back of the camera what's going on. So the bubbles are going to be the foreground. I'm going to have to focus stack this, so I'll take a photo of the bubbles and then mid-range and then the mountain. The sky, there's not much in there today, so it's not going to really light up. So I will cut the sky off to get the bubbles in the photo as well. So I've got to keep it pretty low because every time I raise the tripod up, the wind sweeps it away, even when it's weighted. There's a little lull right now in the wind. Like I said earlier, we're going to have to focus stack this. So settings wise, I'm at 6.3, ISO's 100, 1/30th of a second on the tripod. I'm going to put on a timer as well, a 2-second timer, just to stop camera shake. And I'm going to focus in on the bubbles, take the shot. Then I'm going to focus in on kind of midway down to the ice, midway down the ice. And then finally, I'll focus in on the mountain. We'll stack those in Photoshop and see what we got. The light isn't great yet, but we're just working on that composition. The ice is pretty thick right now. It's about 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet thick. And that thickness has really created a really nice focal interest in the foreground, a nice anchor interest, because that crack has created a nice contrasty texture there as well. So it almost looks like I'm underneath the ice for the shot. All I can hope for now is some light. There's some light happening on that first mountain behind me, but the composition just doesn't work. I'd love to get a horizontal of this shot, but we'll just ride it out and see. We might get some color, we might not, but at least we've got some color in the bubbles doing an overhead shot. Let's walk you through this. There's a nice little sweep here in the bubbles, kind of a crescent moon shape. That creates a nice little foreground interest. There's great bubbles here. We can hit the mountain that I want to hit. I'm going to dial in the polarizer right now to make sure we're good. There we are. And I'm going to focus in on those bubbles in the front. Pop the shot. Focus in on the bubbles a little farther back. Pop that shot, and then pop a shot of the mountain in the background. Okay, so the sun's gone behind the mountain. I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. Hopefully we'll get some color, a little bit of color in the sky, but I think I finally have the composition dialed in. Here we go. That's it right there. Lots of bubbles. I'm a little higher. Since the sun has gone down behind the mountain, the glare isn't as strong anymore, and the polarizer can really cut into the reflection now. So we're getting some great bubbles in that ice. I'm hoping that that sky will get a little bit of pink, you know, because it's just gone down behind that mountain there. So probably about 15-20 minutes and we'll get the shot. We will do the focus stacking like I told earlier. Let's just hang tight and wait. Yeah. The wind's picked up again. Woo.
You know, a lot of times people think when you go out and get photos, you always get good things. And I'm not that fortunate. I'm a human being, and I screw up sometimes. And today out at Abraham Lake, there was something off. There was something not right. I don't know if I was distracted by the wind or the slipperiness of the ice or the instability. I don't know what it was, but my compositions didn't work. The light didn't come. It was a gamble with the light. But even my overhead shots of the bubbles in the ice didn't work. And I want to be honest with everybody on the channel. I don't want to be one of those photography channels that just shows you the good, the great, the amazing stuff. Because sometimes I suck. And I want to share those sucky moments. Because you can't give up. You got to keep trying. Right? That's what life is all about. Getting up and keep going. I did suck today, but there's always tomorrow.
So it turns out the light never came. I don't know if I have a great shot or not. I know I've got a good one of the bubbles, so I guess that's a blessing. I guess that's a good thing. That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you get skunked, but like Wayne Gretzky said that one time, you miss every shot you don't take. So took a shot, the light wasn't there today, but still nice to get out in the mountains. In the meantime and in between time, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll catch you next time, guys.
And as always, guys, please rock the subscribe button and ring the bells for notifications. We'll check you next time.